Did you know that this major company was sued because of a medicine that caused children to grow breasts? That company is Johnson & Johnson, and it has been involved in many lawsuits in the medical field today. In many of these cases, they knew the side effects but still decided to continue making profits despite the health risks for others. And that's not all the lawsuits. There are many more. Let's start with the Risperdal lawsuit. If you didn't know by now, in the early 2000s, Johnson & Johnson introduced a drug called Risperdal. It was supposed to help kids with mental health problems like anxiety, but instead it caused some boys to develop something called gynecomastia, or enlarged breast tissue. Now imagine you're a kid taking medicine that you trust will help you, and suddenly your body changes in ways you never expected. Thousands of families were shocked when they found out what this medicine did to their children. What makes this worse is that Johnson & Johnson knew about the risk of this side effect and still didn't warn doctors or patients. It wasn't until families started suing that the truth came out.
Well, the problem is the study came out and said, well, the injection doesn't really help patients comply with their medicine any more than the pill. Patients are just as likely to end up back in the hospital having gone off their medicine with the injection as with the pill. And in addition, folks taking the injection had more side effects. So this really throws a monkey wrench into J&J's whole argument for why you should be using this more expensive drug.
By 2019, the company was ordered to pay billions in fines to the victims. This lawsuit alone has cost them billions and exposed how little they warned people about the dangers of their product. And then moving forward, we have the talcum powder, something you probably think of as harmless. Johnson & Johnson's baby powder has been in homes for years, but did you know it's been linked to cancer? Thousands of women claimed that using this powder regularly caused ovarian cancer. And the reason? Some of the talc in the powder was found to be contaminated with asbestos, a material known to cause cancer. What's worse is that internal documents showed that Johnson & Johnson may have known about the asbestos risk decades ago, but did nothing to warn people. In fact, they knew since the early 1950s, which is unbelievable how a company can get away with this for so long. And it actually took a while before things finally settled. As of September, this company has taken on 57,900 lawsuits, which is unbelievable how this company is still alive to this day. Now we have Johnson & Johnson's involvement in the opioid crisis, one of the worst health crises in modern history. Opioids are painkillers that can be highly addictive, and Johnson & Johnson was accused of downplaying the risks and aggressively marketing these drugs, which led to addiction and even death for many people. In 2019, they were hit with a $572 million fine in Oklahoma alone for their role in the crisis. And that's just one state. Johnson & Johnson has faced lawsuits across the country, with total settlements reaching billions. Like, look at this lawsuit when it comes to hip replacement. In the early 2010s, Johnson & Johnson's subsidiary DPOA was sued for selling faulty metal-on-metal hip implants. These implants broke down quickly, causing severe pain and sometimes requiring additional surgeries to fix the damage. It's almost like they knew how profitable it would be if it breaks down. I just don't understand how a company can be so greedy and not care about the health of others. I mean, for God's sake, they have all this money, so I just don't get it. Why not just focus on improving the lives of others? Is it really just for profits alone? And it doesn't stop there. Look at this case when it came down to Johnson & Johnson's surgical mesh, used in procedures to repair things like hernias, which caused internal injuries and complications for thousands of patients. These products led to infections, pain, and, in some cases, required more surgeries to fix the problems caused by the mesh. J&J has had to pay billions globally to settle these cases, but the damage to patients' health still remains. It's just sad to think about how life-changing this can be for someone who just wants to live a pain-free life. But instead of fixing the problem, this procedure only creates more problems for the rich to profit. So, where is Johnson & Johnson today? Well, the company is still one of the largest in the world. But even though these lawsuits have cost them billions, they are still not out of the woods yet. Johnson & Johnson also recently spun off part of their consumer health division into a new company called Kenvue. This move might be part of a strategy to separate themselves from the consumer products that have been tied to lawsuits like the talcum powder case. But critics say it might just be an attempt to protect their other businesses from future legal problems. In addition, Johnson & Johnson is working to rebuild its image. They're focusing more on their pharmaceutical and medical device businesses, which remain profitable despite the controversies. But the question remains, can they regain public trust after so many scandals? I mean, moving forward, they will likely continue facing lawsuits related to their products and actions in the past. But one thing's for sure, these cases have shown how important it is to hold even the biggest companies accountable for what they sell and how they treat their customers. Well, I am curious to see what the future holds with this company. But I mean, only time will tell. Thank you for watching Worldview. Have a great day.